Whether they want to give it very little EXP, then they slowly level up, or they want to give them a good amount to understand how the progression is to go properly.
Continue your storylines. Once you finish a certain point, yeah, you level up.
In a nutshell, this game is still a team game, so there's no such thing as skill stealing, unfortunately or fortunately. So at least it gives you more option in more circumstances on how you can get yourself out of a situation in the game, whether be diplomatic, go through bribery or whatnot, rather than just, I'm just going to stab you with a knife just because I want to experience while I'm going through the quest itself.
People can kill steal you, people can't kill steal you in this game.
We share XP, we have EXP share on us. Back in uni, I could play almost every day. Like, okay, besides the work, besides my group projects, I'm sorry to my project members.
Exposure.
Oh no, I could play very often. You have more time, you finish your work or finish your studies, and then after that you can play D&D or go out and everything. But once you start work, you're tired after work. Some of the players are working shifts and you can't accommodate, and the shift workers can't tell you when their next shift is. So it's very difficult.
When players start off, they might feel the game is a bit slow paced at first. But once they get into things, when they start to level up, they feel more rewarding to a certain extent. They need a good management of how much EXP to give. It's up to DM how much they want to give, how much they're... Whether they want to give it very little EXP, then they slowly level up, or they want to give them a good amount, then they can experience what it's like for newcomers to understand how the progression is to go properly.
Don't worry about EXP, you just continue your storylines. Once you finish a certain point, yeah, you level up. I think that helps with prevent the min-maxing of, oh, we killed this many number of creatures, we get this amount of XP, okay, record down. No.
Well, it doesn't limit your action into having take certain course of action just to be able to experience or level up in these circumstances.
So you get those players that like to kill steal.
Yeah, I mean, in a nutshell, this game is still a team game, so there's no such thing as skill stealing, unfortunately or fortunately. So but what things is at least it gives you more option in more circumstances on how you can get yourself out of a situation in the game, to whether be diplomatic or maybe to go through bribery or whatnot, rather than just I'm just going to stab you with a knife just because I want to experience while I'm going through the quest itself. It gives more options than just having to, well, I'm just going to kill everyone in town because everyone gives me XP.
Yeah, it's like
that kind of
another reason why to play D&D. So if you play Dota or League of Legends, people can kill steal you, people can't kill steal you in this game.
We share XP, we have the EXP share on us.
Also, there is friendly fire, so you can stab them back if they try to do anything nasty to you.
I mean, that's a PvP thing. I usually don't like PvP unless it's consented.
I mean, if you cast a spell like a fire blast and the person standing next to it, they're definitely gonna get hit no matter what situation because you took the risk assessment, you calculated.
Okay, is it the spellcaster's fault or is it the marshal who's in the middle of all the enemies' fault? Whose fault is it? It's like they're in a fireball formation. Why are you in the middle of them?
He wants to be the target for you to hit.
Right? Whose fault is it then?
Well, I wouldn't say it's a fault of anything else. It's always, when it comes to team game, there's always discussion going on what you're gonna do. Especially if, let's say, you have played for so long, then you're seasoned enough to sort of guess what's coming up next, and then things have changed.
Yeah.
Everything else. But with this, I think we probably have to give kudos to new players who want to be DM itself. So I think a lot of leeway should be given to them as well, or even trying to take it up, because DM is just not easy. But I would say that I think a good experiment or a good way to gain experience is just to keep trying.
As a DM, how do you get started? Just try amongst friends. A lot of the times I've heard new DMs going like, how do I start DMing? Any tips for me? Anything for me to learn? There are several tips that you can always go to. There's a lot of videos to learn, to watch.
There's also the guidebook.
Who's going to read the whole book?
You can read it to give you a good understanding of the rules and stuff. But ultimately, how it shapes your game, it's really more of imagination how you want the games to be, and then at the same time how the players itself, how they are for you to run your games too. Because I mean, you can have your ideas, but if let's say you're only playing among friends and or none of them is like adapting or liking how you do things, then you either have to adjust it or you probably have to find new members to be able to play just the same style as you want.
Find new friends.
Find new friends.
My entire party wants to go Russian fast, and I'm the only rogue. I need to hide.
You know what you need to do? Find new friends.
I mean,
If a full party of rogues to hide with me.
Oh, I am running a whole party of rogues.
I mean, if you
I know you
imagine
told me.
like like all the different animes and shows and stuff like that, especially when it comes to like an adventure guilds and stuff like that, you do have a lot of different options for different adventurers to party up with. So I mean, the same logic applies for this. So if your party member just doesn't seem to be someone you roll with, then I guess it's just to find new members then.
That is always a choice of finding another group. But communication. Communicate with your DM, communicate with the rest of the players.
It's quite a bit of talking thing.
Yeah.
Personally, for my party, I want the isekai character. You be in my party right now.
Oh, no.
I want your knowledge. I want your powers.
You believe that you are the protagonist.
No,
Everybody else is an NPC.
No, I believe that the isekai character is strong enough to help me attain my own goal of slaying that one goblin in the barn over there. Look at that goblin, I don't like him.
That guy, not the Demon King, that guy.
Yeah, that guy, I don't like him. Hero, help me. Look at that guy. He's been staring at me weird for 2 weeks.
Huh? What are you looking at?
Nothing.
As much as you want to find new friends, communication, talking to your party, and after the game, you can always tell them, hey, are we really going to kill everyone all the time? Is this going to be a combat game all the time? Like, do you think we can have some role-playing, talking, and make some friends with these people, maybe? Or then maybe if the DM just keeps showing enemies, like, can we maybe have an ally sometimes?
Can we maybe like do it a Pokemon style, like beat them up until
then
they're
get
like
their
half
money.
dead, and then like use them as you put them in our inventory,
okay.
and use it to fight. You can tell I want to play a necromancer real bad.
That is from a player point of view. If you have issues with the rest of your players, bring it up, or your DM. And also as a DM, after a game, you can always go, hey, is there anything you want me to put into this game? And how do you even start it off is really start off with a group of friends. Hey, here's D&D, I can run a game. I'm not very good with it. It's my first time, go easy on me, but do whatever you want. Then you start having ideas of what you can do, what you can like say in a certain situation. And with that, you started DMing.
Yeah.
Right? It's easy enough. It's just, you can fail and just like, that game wasn't really good because you put in too much combat. Good feedback. I'll learn from that. Oh, that game, are you sure that creature we were supposed to fight that creature is too powerful for us? Feedback, talk to your DM, and as a DM, listen to your players and learn from what they've told you.
Yeah,
right?
there's just a whole lot of trial and errors.
Yeah, really, that's how we all start.
But for people who want to learn BDM, to be a DM, you do know that you can charge people for that stuff, right?
Not when you're starting.
Not when you're starting out, but like
yeah.
if you learn it properly and then you can get hired as an actual DM for certain things.
It comes with experience. It's just like with any other skills itself. The more practice, the more
Good
hours you
enough,
have.
you can, if you run a weekly game, it at least cover your cost of you having to spend the time writing the story and everything.
There are always two sides of the coin. I do professional DMing for several like strangers and even friends. But if I'm thinking of a new idea and I don't know whether it will work, and I'm going to send a little experimental like game, sometimes I don't have to get them to play, especially if they're good friends and we just go, okay, you know what, let's just try it out. Let's just do something fun. Okay, remember, the moment you're being paid for it, there's a whole weight of responsibility to make sure it's good.
Make sure they want to continue playing.
Not just just
No,
make sure.
they enjoy
the
the game.
dynamic changes
Yeah,
because
you're
you
being
have
paid for it. So as professional DM, the moment I'm being paid for it, there's a sense of responsibility and I have to make sure that this game is worth the money they're paying.
Yep.
If with friends and they're not paying me, I can just go, whoa, okay, do whatever. Oh, you're extremely powerful and then you can do whatever. Like, hey, have fun, man. I don't need to balance this. Right? It's amongst friends. And sometimes, you do want to have that amongst friends feel. Again, it's a social game.
It's a very social game. That's correct.
Like, you can just have a group of 4 come down there, play D&D, you can play Mahjong, you can play... it's the kind of same thing, right? Like, Sunshine... Sunshine, okay, well, 1 DM, 2 players are very... can also
Honestly, personally, to me, what I like about DM is you can roleplay, do certain actions. you try to make everyone laugh and then try to enhance the experience. My main issue is you make everyone laugh and they're all cackling like mad, and then everyone forgets what they're doing. Like, what are they doing?
Yes.
What's my character doing? Oh, he's there on the floor. Oh, let's go. Come back. Let's continue.
We'd like to thank this place again for hosting us. Like, share, and subscribe. We'll see you again next time. It's been great. Max, 7. Thank you.